Hello, welcome. Oh, please do come in. You must be my new Lady Chamberlain. Is that true? Wonderful. Have you already spoke to Lady Jane? Yes, she is the head of my ladies, and she told you about all the responsibilities that'll come with your new role? Oh, good. I'm happy to go over those things with you, but it's just so boring, to be honest, and so tedious. I can read and write a little, enough to write a letter, though of course there's no one for me to write letters to, but that doesn't matter. The point is, I don't like being bogged down with all those tedious things. I'd much rather dance and sing and go for walks in the garden and play with my ladies, try on different clothing and shoes. Well, you'll soon get used to things here. In fact, if you'd like to take a seat and get comfortable, I can tell you a little bit about some of the fun things we like to do. Well, dancing is very important, and if you want to be one of my ladies, you'll have to promise to dress in the French fashion. And of course, you must hold yourself to a very high degree. You must always act ladylike. No running around in mud puddles like I did last week. But my husband, good old Henry the King, he was very amused by it. Oh yes, the king loves me very much. I'm the luckiest girl in England, and he says he's the luckiest man alive in all of the universe, whatever that is. Oh, he spoils me a little bit, or so they say, but aren't I worth it? Don't you think so? Yes, Henry's so good to me. In fact, he calls me the very jewel of womanhood. Although I am so young, I hardly feel like a woman. But when I'm with Henry, I really do feel like queen. Yes, he's even been known to call me his rose without a thorn. I'm sure none of his other wives were ever called that. And so I have determined that I will be the best queen he has ever had. I will be elegant and refined, and I will stand in front of all the crowds and smile, and I will make him and this entire country proud, and my family, and of course my uncle, the Duke of Norfolk. Yes, Thomas Howard, I'm sure you've heard of him. He's very influential. You see, I'm a Howard, and I come from a very aristocratic family, although my father didn't really have much money. It was a bit difficult. He was the youngest of 21 children, and although, he was part of this Howard's, and his sister was actually the mother of Henry's queen, Anne Boleyn, although I don't like to advertise that too much. I was never close to my cousin, and I wouldn't want to end up like her. But us Howards are very far-reaching, and although my family has noble, aristocratic blood, well, we never had much money, and at a very young age, I was sent as a ward to the Dowager Duchess of Norfolk's house. Oh, the Dowager Duchess. I certainly ran a little wild back in those days. It was all in fun, though, and I never thought when I was there that I would end up here with all this wonderful splendor around me. But that's fate, and that's where I am now. And I'm so happy to be queen. I know I'll be a wonderful queen. I'm sure I'll give Henry many sons. I mean, I don't see how I couldn't become with child, considering how often we're together. If you know what I mean. I know that's not ladylike, but as the queen, I think I'm allowed some concessions. I do like being queen. I love all the jewels, all the splendor. Though between you and me, sometimes when I go about, I notice everyone staring at me. And I oftentimes wish they wouldn't. Thomas Culpepper, he's one of my husband's chambermen. Well, he tells me that I must let men look, for how can they not? Thomas Culpepper, he's so handsome, isn't he? Such beautiful eyes, such wonderful skin, and he smells just like lavender and rose water. But anyway, I wouldn't know what Thomas Culpepper smells like, of course. Why don't I show you around a bit? This is one of my greeting areas. You can see my wonderful jewelry box here. Lots of gems and wonderful crystals, all gifted to me by the king, including this necklace here. Isn't it lovely? It's made from pure gold with pearls and emeralds and rubies. He loves to give me jewelry. He just gave me this bracelet the other day. Wonderful garnets encrusted in silver. Isn't that beautiful? I have so much jewelry, I wouldn't even know where to start. Oh, this one's lovely. Isn't that just incredible? Look at all of those diamonds. Oh, how they sparkle. I love to wear this for walks in the garden when the sun shines on it. Oh, it just glitters. And even though I told Culpepper I don't want everyone's eyes on me, well, sometimes I don't mind a little attention. That's why I love to dance and be carefree and wear all this beautiful jewelry. I am so lucky. I know I'm lucky. I count my blessings every day. And when I go to prayer, I do pray. I pray that I will have a long and healthy life. And I pray for the life of my husband, the king. And I pray for more wonderful dresses. I like to keep a ledger and keep count. I am determined to never wear the same gown twice. And that should be easy to do, seeing as the king recently gifted me some more silk. This comes from the Far East. Isn't it just elegant and beautiful? Do you think pink is my color? The king says every color is my color. So does Culpepper. Culpepper says that I'm like the sun and moon combined. Never-ending radiance. Oh, Culpepper sure does know how to speak to a woman. Not that he and I speak, of course. I am very loyal and faithful to my husband, the king. And besides, what the king doesn't know won't hurt him. Anyway, let me show you some more items. Isn't this also beautiful? Oh, yes. Look at that. Beautiful turquoise. In this lovely golden framework. And it's a locket. It opens. So if I wanted to put a lock of hair on my beloved Thomas. What was that? No, I didn't say. I said Henry. Henry, my sweet, wonderful husband. And just this last Yuletide, he got me these beautiful slippers. Look how they shimmer. Don't they just shine? Oh, yes. I absolutely adore these. What else? He also just gives me jewels sometimes. Look at this beautiful rainbow jewel. It changes as you move it. There's something to do with light and reflection. I don't know. He had some person come and try to explain it to me. Apparently, someone's written a book and they dedicated it to me. It's about midwifery or something. The illustrations in it are so funny. Culpepper and I looked over it for hours late into the night, laughing, and no, I didn't spend a late night with Culpepper. Of course I didn't. You'll have to excuse me. I was just up so late last night, praying for my husband, the king's health. And so I didn't sleep very well, and sometimes my mind can get a little bit foggy, a little bit confused. Look at this. Look at this jewel. Have you ever seen a diamond this big ever in your life? I asked the king where he got it, and he said, "I'll have to kill you if I tell you." And I laughed, and he laughed, and then he got very serious, and he just glared at me, and it was a little scary, but I know the king would never hurt me, no matter what I do or might have done. I mean, the past is the past for a reason, right? And sure, things were a little wild back in the Dowager Duchess's house, but I was so young, and well, I couldn't have known that Henry Mannix was, he was a very good music teacher, and he did like to flirt a bit, but I kept my distance. And besides, then I met Francis Durham, and well, we had quite some fun together, and he would call me wife, and I would call him husband, and he did ask me to promise to marry him, but I don't think that's a binding contract. Besides, that was nothing. That was just foolish children's play, and now I am queen. I am at court. I am beloved by all. I'm Queen of England, and nothing will get in the way of that. Everything will be fine. I'm sure that no one will find out about my past. You won't tell anyone, will you? Oh, good. And I'm sure that whatever I'm doing in the present is also not a problem. I mean, I do know how to meddle with a man and not get with a child. Not that I would ever do that. I'm so faithful to my lovely, lovely husband. Oh, the king, he's so generous. Look at this. A vase made entirely of crystal. Look at the detail. I can't even imagine the people that create these items. I mean, for all the jewels in the world, for all the clothes in the world, the best part of being queen is certainly not the power or the money or the jewels. It's my husband. It's the love I bear for my husband. And I am a loyal and faithful wife. And a little flirtation doesn't mean anything. And hopefully no one will find the letters that I write to Culpepper, but oh, there's no letters. I never, wrote to Culpepper when he was sick, saying that my heart would die without him. Oh, Culpepper, so handsome, so young and sweet. I bet he is a great servant to my husband, the king. Well, it seems like you're fully acquainted with, this palace. If you ever want to borrow one of my jewels, I'm very generous. Please ask, and you can wear one of my many, many necklaces or bracelets or one of my many gowns, especially because I only wear them once. So if you choose to wear it after I wear it, it really doesn't bother me. I mean, there's always so much more where all of this came from. And I know I will continue to please the king, and all will be well. I've already gotten along so well with his son Edward and his sweet little daughter. Oh yes, Elizabeth is just so wonderful. I gave her one of my necklaces, and she was very touched and very pleased. Mary? The Lady Mary and I do not quite get along. Well, I do not think she gives me the respect that I am owed as the Queen of England, and whenever I complain about it to Henry, he says, "Don't worry, leave it be." I think it's because it's his first child, that Lady Mary. He has some affection for her, but she's rude and impertinent, and I had to take one of her maids away. I took quite a bit of pleasure from doing so. But, she insulted me, and I think she's just jealous. I am very young and beautiful, and she is much, much older than me, and still is not married. I mean, will Lady Mary ever get married? Who would want to marry such a serious person anyway? No, people want fun and vibrancy, and I hope to shine like a jewel for him, my beloved Culpepper. What was that? For him, the King, Henry, of course, my one true husband. Anyway, I think I've said enough. I've shown you enough of my jewels. I hope that the Lady Jane will help you and get you used to this place. I'm sure you'll fit in just fine. And don't forget not to repeat anything you think you may have seen or heard here, okay? I mean, not that there's anything to hear or see. I am a loyal, faithful wife, and everything will be fine. Yes, everything is completely fine. If you don't mind, I have to write a letter to a certain someone. I'm sure someone will see you out. It was so lovely to meet you. Bye.